What's up, world? Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm your host, Micah. Today we got a little different look on the set. We're having some technical difficulties, some computer problems. So coming to you a little bit different over the next couple episodes. We'll get our little trademark slideshow going back in the fold as soon as we can. We're going to give you results today for Bellator 57 and the UFC on Fox 1. We'll start out with Bellator 57. We had made 4 predictions on that event. First one started off with Doug Evans versus Alexandra Barreza. And we saw that Barreza would win his fight with a rear naked choke in the first round. That was not the way it went. Dangerous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, diving on submissions. He did get a first round heel hook, took some severe punishment to the face, but toughed it out, got the submission. Good victory for Alexander Barreza, who will probably be in a Bellator featherweight tournament in the near future. Next fight was Roger Hollett versus John Big Hawk. This was a qualifier to get into the light heavyweight tournament for Season 6. We had predicted a first round TKO for Roger Hollett. He ended up winning the fight in a split decision in a very boring fight where he was outstriking Big John. John then decided to just use a clinch, walk his opponent down to the cage, continuous amount of knees, just not the greatest action, not the greatest intensity, but Roger Hollett gets the victory. Another one right for us. Now we move on to a highlight of the night, the middleweight tournament finals. Alexander Storm Slamenko versus Vitor Viana. We had picked Storm Slamenko to win with a second round TKO. Figured he'd use the first round to feel his way out, that he'd come out more aggressive in the second round of the fight. That was not to be, but he was to win. Dominated all 3 rounds, took a 30-27 unanimous decision victory. Storm Slamenko becomes the second man to win 2 Bellator tournaments, the other being Pat Kearns. So big congratulations to Storm Slamenko. He gets his rematch with Hector Lombard. The final fight, the main event of the Bellator 57 card, was the welterweight tournament finals, where Ben Saunders took on Douglas Lima. We had picked Ben Saunders to win with a unanimous decision victory. I don't know if either man would take each other out. We had seen Douglas Lima had big power in his right hand in his bout with Chris Lozano. Well, he showed it again. Second round TKO, caught Ben Saunders. Saunders was doing good in the stand-up, was doing good in the clinch, good on his ground game, got top control, was landing elbows. I felt really good about the pick. Thought he'd do better, but Douglas Lima wins with a TKO in the second. Big, huge power. The Phenom, who was labeled a prospect, is now a definite contender with beating a full contender. And good luck to Douglas Lima. Hope you beat Ben Askren. So that was the Bellator 57 results. Now we're going to move on to the action from UFC on Fox 1. First fight was Erin Rosa versus Matt Lucas. We thought Erin Rosa would be able to finish the fight with a second round rear naked choke. Didn't completely go that way. It went all the way to the decision. It was a boring fight. I don't know if it was adrenaline dump, a lack of training, something. Matt Lucas just looked like he had no business being in that cage that night. No way competing. And, what could just make me go all confuddle about all this is that one of the judges actually scored the contest a 28-28 draw when the other 2 judges, who I completely agree with, had it 30-26. And Erin Rosa gets a majority decision watching the fight. You would have all thought it was a unanimous decision for Erin Rosa, but screw you judges. Next fight was Mike Pierce versus Paul Bradley. We thought it'd be a split decision victory in a primarily striking battle for Paul Bradley, seeing as the 2 wrestlers would nullify each other's ground game, and that would happen. We thought Bradley would have the motivation, the intensity to reclaim a loss that ended his undefeated mixed martial arts record back in 2007, the first time he fought Mark Pierce. That was not to be. It was a split decision like I thought it would be, but it went the other way. Mark Pierce more effective with his striking. I still just don't like the guy's head movement, really, his movement, but he was effective with kind of an ugliest style, wild looping punches, but very effective. So good job to him. Next fight was Alex Casares versus Colesco. We thought Casares moving down. He had been at lightweight, been at featherweight. I thought bantamweight's the perfect division for him. I was thinking first round TKO all the way. Colesco, well-rounded veteran, tough guy. He had fought several top 10 bantamweights, didn't fare so well. You figured this was a loser-weight counter fight. Well, we got it right in the winner. Alex Casares, unanimous decision, most brilliant mixed martial arts performance of his career. He looked a lot better at this bantamweight weight class, and he's definitely found a home for himself, so that was great to see. We'll go on to the next fight now. Mackin Semenzar was taking on Robbie Peralta. We thought that Semenzar was getting a unanimous decision. So much of a physical beast. I thought his ground game, his takedown ability, that he would control Peralta and take a victory that way. Well, it wasn't all the way to be like that. The first round, just what I thought, just how I predicted it. Came out, looked great, did the control, went all the way through it. Second round, a little more striking. Into the third round, an incidental collision of heads where Semenzare's temple met Peralta's crown of his head, and as we all know, the temple's a much weaker part, and he ended up getting ground and pound and finish out. Third round TKO for Robbie Peralta. So we're only 2-2 at this point. Peralta, who I was cheering for during the fight, a little bit of a weird way to finish, I thought. I thought there should be some kind of stoppage and recuperation time for a man that gets headbutt, considered it's an illegal move. We'll see if anything comes out from any of the authorities, athletic commissions about this, but probably won't anything be said. Tough loss for Mac and Semenzares. Hopefully we'll see you back in the octagon. Next fight was DeMarcus Johnson versus Clay Harbison. I thought I saw a third-round TKO coming for Clay Harbison. Just really wasn't that impressed by DeMarcus Johnson against Amir Sadala, but he had kind of been up and down and all around. But then he's been training with Jeremy Horn and Matt Hughes and BJ Penn, and it showed to have some effectiveness. He came out first-round TKO. Impressive for the darkness. DeMarcus Johnson looked like he's back on the right foot. Now we're going to Cub Swanson versus Ricardo Lamas. We had picked Lamas to win with the third-round TKO. That didn't happen. Cub Swanson looked dominant in this fight, looked to be the faster fighter, the more complete fighter, but did not win. Got too cocky with what he was trying to do, was allowing Lamas to take him down and then trying to fish for a guillotine. Well, it looked like he was going for a Kimura, then switching it. They got against the cage. Lamas recognized it. Lamas was able to sink in a beautiful triangle choke. That got him a $65,000 bonus. Submission of the night. Probably a good party for him. Ricardo Lamas victorious. Next fight, a big one in the featherweight division, was between Dustin Poirier and Pablo Garza. We thought that we'd see a unanimous decision victory for Poirier. I just liked his game more overall throughout the whole thing, and he didn't take it all the way to decision, showed even more skills, won with a Doris choke, and the second round really took advantage of Pablo Garza, who looked like an excellent prospect himself. Dustin Poirier now definitely in top contention for a featherweight title. Could fight Hatsu Haoki or Eric Koch very soon. Both of those fights would be great, and leading up to who would fight Mendez versus Aldo. Going to the co-main event of the night, Clay the Quacker Neguita, Ben Henderson, the Battle of the Hair. The fight that Head and Shoulders should have been promoting and financing. No one knows why they didn't. It was high intensity. It was action-packed. It was everything we had hoped for. We had picked Ben Henderson split decision. They were just so evenly matched. Henderson was the bigger guy, stronger guy, more effective striker. Takes a unanimous decision victory, and also now earns himself a title shot at Frankie Edgar at UFC in Japan. So congratulations to Ben Smooth Henderson. I'm going to say it now. I think we'll see a new lightweight champion in Japan. We go to the main event of the night, UFC on Fox 1, what we were all hoping to be, like I said, the greatest heavyweight mixed martial arts or combat sport main event that we had ever seen. Cain Velasquez Jr. dos Santos. We had picked Cain Velasquez to use his wrestling, to use his control, to put pressure on, and to win with a unanimous decision victory. He didn't do that. He came out, he struck with Dos Santos. I could also see that happening if he went for the leg kicks, tried to chop down the core, threw a little too many hands. Dos Santos is a knockout artist. He did what he did. Got knockout of the night, huge overhand right, took out the equilibrium of Cain Velasquez, finished him on the ground. We have a new world heavyweight champion, Junior Dos Santos. So we got 3 Brazilian champions, 3 American champions, and 1 Canadian champion. Just to let you know from where all the nationalities of the champions were. So for a full night on Cage Minds of our predictions, we were 3-1 with Bellator, only 5-5 on the UFC fight. I'm disappointed in myself. I will try to do better next time. At 8-6 weekend, not too bad for me. Thankfully, no gambling, just making predictions for the fun of it. This has been Cage Minds. Thanks for watching.